We are very close to the start of the new Premier League season, and every single year I make a fantasy Premier League team. And in this video, I'm going to reveal to you who I picked and why. Now, before we start, I'd just like to recommend that you subscribe to the channel because it's completely free and you can always unsubscribe later. But with that being said, let's have a look at my fantasy Premier League picks. Let's start with the goalkeepers. I tried to save money on the goalkeepers and not spend too much on premium options. So I've gone for Southampton's Lumley, who might get some game time if Mizunu's injured and something happens to McCarthy. He did play a little bit in pre-season, and he's 4 million, which is the cheapest in the game. I've also gone for Areola, who I think is the best 4.5 million option. He's in goal for West Ham, who I think might do well this year. He has got a tricky first few game weeks, but for 4.5 million, I think he's a good option. Now for the defenders. Again, I've tried to save money so that I can afford more expensive options in the midfield and attack. Having said that, I have chosen William Saliba as one of my defenders. He's 6 million, which is the second most expensive in the game, but I think he's worth it. Arsenal defenders are very expensive this year, and for good reason. I think Arsenal will challenge for the title again this season, and their strong defence is a big reason for that. With the signing of Ricardo Calafiori, I think Arsenal will be even stronger at the back. If there's anyone who's going to get you clean sheet points, it's an Arsenal defender. I've chosen Saliba. Now, everyone else in my defence cost 4.5 million. It's not the cheapest in the game, but it means I'm not spending too much money. I've picked Van der Ven, Martinez, Anderson, and Mykolenko. Anderson scored lots of points last season, and Crystal Palace are on good form. I've picked Mykolenko because Everton are very good defensively. Only Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool conceded fewer goals than Everton last season. I picked Martinez because I think United are going to have a good season. They've signed De Ligt, Mazraoui, and Yoro, who will help to boost their defensive solidity. And then I've chosen Mickey van der Ven. Spurs weren't very good defensively last season, but I think they might be able to sort it out this year. Spurs have also got really easy fixtures at the start. Leicester and Everton are two of the weakest teams going forward. So those are my defenders, all players who are going to start and get points, but I'm trying to save money with them. Now let's talk about the midfield. I've picked Ben Brereton Diaz for 5.5 million to save money. I had to pick a Southampton player, and considering the fact that he got 62 points in just 14 starts for Sheffield United last season, he seems like a good pick. I've also picked Cole Palmer from Chelsea, Eze from Crystal Palace, Foden from Man City, and Son from Spurs. All four expensive midfielders. Palmer scored 22 goals last season, and he is a high point scorer. If Chelsea do well this season, then I've got their star man. Eberechi Eze is a good pick because Crystal Palace are on form, and I think he'll be able to get points against Brentford and West Ham at the start of the season. I've picked Phil Foden because he was the Premier League Player of the Year last season and got 27 goal contributions. I think Man City will win the league this year, and Foden is one of their highest point scorers. Now, Son Heung-min normally starts the season really well. He's got Leicester and Everton, both teams he can score against, and he also got 27 goal contributions last season. I've spent a lot of money on the midfield. Hopefully these four can get me lots of points. And now let's talk about the forward line. I've gone for Ollie Watkins, Alexander Isak, and Cody Gakpo. That's right, no Haaland. He's 15 million and I couldn't fit him in. I've picked Watkins because he got 19 goals and 18 assists last season. That led to him getting more points than Haaland. Watkins is a must-have. Alexander Isak normally does well at the start of the season, and he's got easy games. Southampton, I don't want to say it's an easy game, but it is. He's Newcastle's main striker, and he did very well at the start of last season. He scored 21 goals overall, so he's a good pick. And then Cody Gakpo. Only 8 goals and 5 assists last season, but I think Arne Slot will be able to get the best out of him. He's my differential pick. For only 7.5 million, I could have gone for Crystal Palace's Mateta or Tottenham Solanke, who I was very close to selecting. But I decided to pick Gakpo because I think he'll play a big role in Arne Slot's Liverpool team. Liverpool have some really easy fixtures at the start of the season. There's a good chance that Gakpo will score against teams like Ipswich and Brentford. So he's a good little differential pick. And that is my team. I was considering picking Castagna from Fulham as a 4.5 defender, and I also wanted to get Guardiola in, but I wasn't sure he'd start every game. I know that Saliba will get me consistent points. Now before we end, make sure you join my FPL league. If you think you have a better team than me, then prove it. Join the league. There's a link in the comments, or you can type in the code on screen when you're joining the league on FPL. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe because it's completely free, and the worst case scenario is that you just unsubscribe later. And trust me, I'm not going to want to do that. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you later.